One thing that's beautiful about Surah Al-Mulk and Surah Al-Sajdah, both of these surahs actually complement each other. And some of the ayahs are in sequence with each other. It's the reason why Habibullah alayhi salatu salam will recite these surahs at night, and he will recite Surah Al-Sajdah sometimes during the time of Surah Al-Fajr. They're very beautiful. Even not just that, both of these surahs also have zakir for the soul. And something that has zakir for the soul also has zakir for the external. Also the external actions. These are one of my favorite surahs. So what I have been doing, I have been trying to show how the composition, the ring composition, how they're so in common. And pretty soon, we will go to what is the theme of these surahs. In one episode, I spoke what was the first ayah, how it was in sync with the last ayah in Surah Sajdah. The first ayah of Surah Sajdah was in sync with the last ayah of Surah Sajdah. And in the middle, it has an anchor. But these surahs, these ayahs, one ayah is matching the other from the top to the bottom, which is extremely beautiful. Now let's continue. Let's go to the bottom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in ayah 26, أَوَلَمْ يَهِدِ لَهُمْ كَمَا أَهْلَكْنَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking you a question. The Quran is a tool to teach you how to think. The Quran is teaching you how to think. See, the problem with us, we are the creation, and we try to use the Quran according to our lack of understanding. It doesn't work like that. The Quran is teaching you how to use your intellect and how to think. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, is it not a lesson for them to see how many nations there was before you that we have took out of existence? Min qablihim, that was before you. Look, he said, look at the people of Pharaoh. Look how they were destroyed. In the biblical text, the Christians believe that Pharaoh, he didn't drown. But the Quran said he drowned. So when they found the body of Pharaoh in the 17th, the 18th, and 19th century, what happened? They found that within his body, he had small things of salt that was in his body, meaning he drowned. Look at the proof of the Quran. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also gave us the technology to see what happened in Rome, what happened in Pompeii, how a volcano destroyed a whole city. And it kept the bodies still intact when they are actually ashes together. Some of them was even sitting at the table with bowls and plates. Look at the power of a volcano. Then we go further, we look at the people of the moon. Some of them were destroyed by a wind. Some of them were destroyed by just a shout. Some of them were destroyed by lightning. It's a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even in here, during the month of May, a tornado descended from the sky, F5, took out majority of a whole city and left tracks. It's amazing. And it's something that's very scary. Earthquakes, all of these things. The hadith of the Prophet ﷺ said, when Allah, that it is the hearts of mankind that have done this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, it is because we have spread what? Wrong and corruption across the land and the seas. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us a sign. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَمْشُونَ فِي مَسَاكِنِهِمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to walk into their houses, their homes, and pay close attention. Look at the what? إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ. Surely in this, فِي ذَلِكَ, in this is a sign, لَآيَاتٍ. And what's so amazing, dear respected brothers, this is a mu'jizat, a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah said, surely in this are signs. أَفَلَا يَسْمَعُونَ. Why you do not open your ears? Why come you do not listen? أَفَلَا. Allah's asking you a question. Why come you don't listen? Why come you don't think? And أَفَلَا means Allah is questioning you. The letter Fa also means to open your mind, open your ears. But we look at ayat 6. which was extremely beautiful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ذَلِكَ عَلِيمُ الْغَيْبِ وَالشَّهَادَةِ الْعَزِيزُ الرَّحِيمُ. Look how these coincide with each other. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one who is the knower of the unseen. He's the seer. He's the witnesser. Now when you look at this, ذَلِكَ is called ismu ishara. Mushari ilayh is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is actually pointing to. He letting you know that He has full knowledge. He is the knower of everything. And He knows the things which you don't know. أَسِرُّوا قَوْلَكُمْ وَحَبْجِهَرُوا بِهِ. He knows even the secrets of the heart. He knows what's in the unseen. Now, Allah said He also is what? The witnesser, the seer of the unseen. Isn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Azizul Ghafur, Azizul Rahim? Now, what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does He want us to know? He has full knowledge of everything. How do we know? Let's look at the jumla. Let's look at the sentence. Ghaybi has we say khafdi, a kasra on it. Ghaybi. And then you see a wow. Washahadati. That means that this wow is bringing both of these words together. And Allah said, He knows in the unseen what you don't even see, what you don't even hear, what you don't even understand. What's shahadati? Because He sees it. He witnessed it. He paid close attention to it. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, look at the sifat ma'rifah. Now you see alif and lam on al-azizur rahim. You see alif and lam on ar-rahim, which is something that is magnificent, something that's amazing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Azizur Rahimu. Aziz come from the root word Azzaza, means to dominate. Ahimu come from the root word Rahama. We look in Surah Al-Fatiha, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, this is something very amazing. The ulama say Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahimi. Ar-Rahman in Arabic means that this is ismu mubalagha, is emphatic. Ar-Rahimu is ismu mushabbaha. This is something that they are similar, but is more intense. Now the ulama say Ar-Rahim is more closer to Maliki Yawmiddin. This is what they say. The Ar-Rahim is for Al-Akhirah and Ar-Rahman is for Dunya. This mercy is for this life and Ar-Rahim is for Akhirah. So Allah said Aziz Zur Rahim. Now Azza, Allah said He's Almighty. He wants you to what? To have some type of khawf, to fear Him. Right? But Rahimu, He wants you to know that His is extremely merciful. He wants to give you the akhirah. When you look at ayah 26, this is what He's sending you the warning. Isn't this a sign for you? Why come you don't listen? Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to know to take heed to what He is saying. But don't forget, He's Ar-Rahim. Now, some of the ulama say even though these sifat al-Aziz ar-Rahim are actually opposites of each other, but both of them is actually complementing each other. Even though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I'm the one who's almighty now, dominate. And even though I am extremely merciful. But the ulama also say that the Rahimu, the mercy of Allah, is dominating. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. The mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is intense, is dominating. That Allah wants to give you Jannah. So if you listen and pay attention to the ayahs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will win the compassion and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at ayat 6 is in sync with, ayat 5 is in sync with ayat 26. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.